So, hi everyone, my name's Claire, not Crystal if you're new, and this channel is about healing your inner divine feminine energy, your inner divine masculine energy, aka, if you don't know what that means, your feminine energy, to name just a few things, are your energy about being receptive, able to receive from others, receive love, receive anything really, and rest, and the masculine is that go, 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 taking action energy. And so you can see where there's times in our lives where we really do need to be and we need to rest, which is very Scorpio moon, which is where the moon is right now as I'm filming this. So I'm filming it on, what's the date? Sunday the 15th of October 2023, if you found this anywhere else in the timeline. But like I always say, everything I do is timeless. So although I'm always going to mention where the astrology is at the moment of filming, it could resonate whenever. So, and that's what I found is even, I was just guided to watch that clearing that I done this time last year. It was on the 12th. And when I watched it myself, I was like, right, that's absolutely needed for people now. So I'm glad to see that at least, it looks like 5 or 6 folk or something have actually watched it, because it was only sitting at 36 views and it's over 40 now. And it's a shame because, like I said, I did intend it to be one that people could go every day. And sometimes it just doesn't. Well, it's two things. Sometimes it just doesn't end up being that because it was what people needed in the moment. And so, like, the 36 people that had watched it around that time or whenever, which I bet it would have been those people, which is really, really, that's fascinating because on average, that's what I would say on average right now. So this is what I was like, again, I just think it's fascinating to observe things. But on average, I would say that is about roughly the amount of people that are like the die-hard people that understand the stuff I channel. Do you know what I mean? Like right now. But like obviously we hope that will grow. But it's yeah, and then rarely, that there's jumps up in the views and everything. But it's just quite interesting. I bet you that was the diehards, the hashtag oldies. But anyway, like I'd said on that video that I done a year ago, I do want to do something that's round about the sort of 15-minute mark. I don't think 10-minute marks is ever going to. Again, I'll have a go, guys. I'll have a go at doing me 10-minute heals. But I think, my short healings are more like short, like literally the minute shorts, where I know some of you enjoy them. And like I said, I will get back to doing that after I have my wee rest, because I like doing that too, and that's because that's the the nature of the healing that I channel. It is very fast. It can be very quick. There's definitely things, healing modalities that I use to support people where and they were talking about that actually when I woke up, like my guides, that it's, it has to be done over time. Like if you're doing deep ancestral healing, that's not just like one session, one soul retrieval. That can be like several sessions back to back, and I'm not talking like 1 week now, and I mean, it's those of you that have worked with me long term will know that, like I don't know why I'm talking about this, but people mustn't hear it. It's very kind of Scorpio deep healing, emotional healing, therapy. It's everything I do because it's Scorpio moon. This is everything I deeply help people with, so I'll just go with it. But when it's therapy that I'm doing, my self-love and empowerment package, or I renamed it to Twinflame therapy because it's basically what it is, that is sessions that is important, that is week after week, back to back, at the same time, to teach you about boundaries, to teach you about self-love, to teach you about showing up for yourself. And, I'm so proud of the last person that I'd finished with doing the therapy a few weeks ago there now. Actually, I think it must be like over a month ago. Like, yeah, I was so proud of that person. She did not miss a session. Like, between the two of us, none of us missed a session, which flabbergasts me when it's 10 in a row, because usually something always comes up. So that was really powerful. So that's different, and again, it's the people that have done that historically. 10, isn't usually enough. Like, people usually want to continue to do further. It really just depends, or sometimes it is enough. So and that's a personal call for each person. And sometimes you need a break in between and blah blah blah. But again, with the people that get drawn to me anytime anyway, because I've been doing this for, like I said, I've had crystal clear visions 9 years in this next summer. and I was doing all my different kind of healing works before I made that name. That's just when I made that name for this. So yeah, most of the people that work with me, they've been on my radar quite a few years anyway. Do you know what I mean? So, and they come to me when they feel they need to come to me. So I'm very honoured and humbled if you're one of those people. But and then, like I said, what I said is what's really exciting now is a lot of the divine. I was going to say divine masculine, divine feminine, but that's not actually a lot of the divine. Wait a minute, let me focus here. A lot of the women in divine masculine energy, when I met them, are now, or of late, the last sort of wee while, feeling a real call to have their twin flame. I'm just going to say because it's too confusing to work out what energy is who's and who's. To come and get that support of me. So that's really exciting. And 555, big changes, a sign of the changes. And I left that there because when I was tidying up the card yesterday, that sort of just fell out when I was shuffling. So expect powerful change. So we're still in that energy right now as I'm filming this. And yeah, and also, can I just say, you might be quite surprised to hear the shift in my energy. Like, it's like, that's what I mean. And it's so, how funny is this? So if you're new to me, get used to the randomness, or if you don't like the randomness and you want a quick, straight to the point message, don't run away just yet. You could tune into my shorts, and that's what they are. And I occasionally do wee twin flame mini tarot things at a minute. I might do one of them today. But otherwise, it is a channel how I channel basically. But just so I'm going to talk about me just now, and this is going to be how a lot of you are either feeling now, or you may go through this week as my strongest feeling, or some of you might have went through similar feelings to me as I went through it. The nature of me being a wayshower is usually what happens is I go through things years before other people. Like, for instance, I went through my dark night soul years before anyone around me, and then I spoke about it on Facebook Lives, and everything would have looked like fucking crazy, a lot of folk. And then some people it was like less than 6 months later, a year later, but most people it was like actually a couple of years later, they were like, oh my god. And they were referencing back to things that I'd done years ago, for what they're going through now. And some people will even be doing that now. That's what I mean. Just because I'm not on these platforms, it doesn't mean people won't be, tuning into stuff I've left there for people to watch. But yeah, so there's that. I very much feel the how would I describe it? I would say I was taken down to, normally I take people down to the lower world in shamanism, which, even if you don't know what that means, you could probably guess. It's where we do our deep shadow work, the work you want to run away from, the parts of yourself you don't want to pay attention to, you don't want to own. Like, oh, I wouldn't do that. Other people do that, but I wouldn't do that. I'm perfect. That kind of, I'm just channeling, kind of exaggerating, but it's like, yeah, it's that deep work, and it can be painful, and that's why a lot of people run and avoid it. And obviously that's very apt on the twin flame journey, as both twin flames can run from doing that work at some point until you don't, because you're like, I'm just running from myself, this is pointless. Divine feminine reaches that conclusion regardless of your gender first, and then the divine masculine reaches that conclusion sometime later. And I'm not going to put a time on that conclusion. Well, see, I mean, I was being a bit too optimistic. I'm starting losing my words again there. But when I lose my words, it's symbolic of you are losing your words for you don't know what to say, or the person you're in a situation with is, or someone around you. But yeah, the reason I don't put a time on when the divine masculine goes to do that work is because that can be like years. Like, that can be years and years. It can be decades for some, or a decade, because it's how long someone's going to push down those feelings that they don't want to deal with, those strong feelings of love, desire, as I was both were desire on that card. Like I said when I channeled in the other video, because I didn't know how I was going to be feeling. Scorpio moon is about that. It is about desire. It is about intense sexual desire, like your desire for any in life. But with twin flames, it would be that longing, the yearning, all very strong, deep feelings. So I'm going to use some of the intense. I know I said I was going to have a break from that, but because it's Scorpio moon, and particularly Mars and Scorpio conjunct the Scorpio moon, Mars again is to do sex. I call it the sex sign. So yeah, it's just a really, really powerful, intense time. And again, you can you can go into the deep darkness of that, and you might have to. Like I said, that's where I've definitely been the majority of the past week. But then you have to come back up again, and that's what I call the Phoenix moment. And look at this label I found, that was to do with my slippers. Yeah, Phoenix labels, it was like, that's the Phoenix rising moment. And some people, you might go through that. Well, when you're dark night of soul, you could go through that for years, or roughly probably about a year. I feel some divine masculines, it might be just shy of a year, but like I've always said, I've never personally heard of anyone or seen anyone I've worked with manage to go through a dark night of soul, and and I wouldn't say in less than a year, because like I said, some divine masculines, because you get fast tracked through it, you could go through it in, like, we're talking 9-10 months, like I've said before, like the third, like a pregnancy, like you're birthing this new part of you. But most people it is a year or longer. It was, again, like I always say, I can't even pinpoint how long I was in mine. Felt like forever, but it's because I'm a teacher of it. But like I said, it was a long time ago now. So it means that whenever I do face other dark times, which obviously we all do, you only have to look around what's happening with the old earth dying right now, how dark it is. I get through it a lot quicker. But like I said, for that was a long one for me. There, it was I had to be in this dark place and come back to share. Yeah, oh look, sad. Yeah, I forgot that. Right, so these cards are ones I just. Okay. So what am I trying to say here? Again, see, even that. What am I trying to say here? I feel I'm channeling someone's energy today of what is it I want to say. Like, when I'm able to express myself, what is it I want to say? Because I really do feel the divine masculine energies are having. There's something about this word purity coming through to me today, like, and it clarity, like really being able to, like, if they're not able to express it to their twin, whether you're a divine masculine or you've got a divine masculine, whatever your gender is, it's this kind of, I feel some of the collective are coming into this real crystal clear clarity. And like I've said before, like I do, now and again, I get guided to do collective soul retrievals for the twin flames, and it was quite some months ago. I mean, I done a video and I've left it unlisted, so I will publish it when I feel guided to. I might watch it again today myself, but I remember doing one for whoever was again. So it's like you would never have gotten that benefit of that unless you were part of my soul family, and it's like, there's a soul agreement that was gonna, you needed that at the time, right? Kind of is the way I would see it. And I'll get back to what we're saying about when you work with me one to one, because that's just reminded me. But yeah, that's what that soul retrieval was about. It was whenever people were not seeing through what they needed to in their life, it was to reveal it to them. As they're pulling me a book over there with that word on it. So there's a lot, and I always say in Scorpio Moon, it's about reveal it to heal it, feel it to heal it. It's brutal truth, and this is what I mean. I feel people are being brutally shown the truth of where you're at in your life, or some of the people around you can't trust as well as what I'm feeling. But you could have went through this quite a while ago, but again, some are going through it now. So anyway, whatever that all means. So before I forget to say, what we're saying about what the download I was getting this morning is, I've got one in my packages, like say the therapy package, where we work back to back for 10 sessions, once a week. And yeah, the shifts, I can't even begin to. My beautiful, like I said, my beautiful soul sister that I last done that with, um, yeah, I've said this before, but it was her that said to me, like we have to try and find a way to get across to people, without going into all of our shit, because it's when I work with people in therapy, it's obviously private, but it's anonymous. But when it is great when people are able to give something anonymously for me to just share, and then like I said, it's even better when people are like, look, you know what, actually, I'm really proud of the work that I've done. I'm proud of the work I've done with you, and I actually want to tell my story. Like, I'm I wouldn't say I'm more, well, no, I am. I was going to say I'm more excited, but I kind of am more excited for that, because I've had the visions of me doing lots of chats to people about it. But again, with the nature of the sensitivity of twin flame dynamics, and people leaving other relationships to be with their twin flame, or having to walk away from dark situations of any kind, it's usually a few years down the line, or at least 6 months to a year. You know what I'm saying? I just looked at 1444 when I said that 144. So, um, but yeah, basically what I'm saying is, it's, yeah, that last person I worked with, in her own words, you know, it's just, I'm not even exaggerating, like, it blows my mind, the shifts, the shifts in empowerment, the shifts in actual changes between her and her twin. Um, because, like I said, you know, the last I've left them, they're, yeah, we're closer than ever and working through stuff. So it's, again, we always stay humble on this journey, but it's, yeah, she's gotten herself over it, and I'm really, really proud of you. You know who you are. Yeah, but what they were talking about me is the people that are in need of more soul retrievals, because that particular person I last worked with, they had soul retrievals, a few soul retrievals with me, um, and yeah, it always came when guided, so they were a little bit more empowered than if you hadn't at all. But some of you that actually have never had a soul retrieval from anyone, or you've never attempted to do that for yourself, because you can do it for yourself. But the thing is, this is I'm so much a teacher that is going to say to you and empower you about what you can do for yourself, right? You absolutely can. I'm not saying, oh, you have to come to me or you have to go to other people, but is balance with everything. Some of it you can do yourself when you've gotten through a lot and you're more empowered and you feel like you've got the strength to pull back your energy in that way. And I'm not talking about cutting the cords. Everyone can cut the cords for themselves. But like I always say, I cut the cords today, they'll reform tomorrow. If you've got a trauma bond with someone, or you've been manipulated by someone, or anyone in your life, or in general, it'll just reform tomorrow. You're not shifting any of that energy. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're just, if you're easily manipulated today and you cut the cords, okay, you might feel a breath of air come back, and then tomorrow somebody else in your family is going to manipulate you and you'll go back to the same pattern, or your lover, or your kid, or I don't know what the situation is. You know, there's lots of different age groups listening to me, but um, and that's self-sabotage, you know, and Scorpio is about that too. That's why I'm good at helping people stop and self-sabotaging. And they're just reminding me it's not a coincidence that, like, look, I've been trying to tidy up this desk, right, which was covered in cards, because you can only ever see this bit. Like, this is only the screen of a phone, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a lot. Because I've sometimes wondered, you know, when I've saw other videos where it's like the angle's different, I've sometimes wondered if I want to do that so you can see out all the cards all neatly out. Because I do kind of like sometimes when it's like, right, 4 cards or 3 cards, and we'll stick with a theme. I do like that. But it never seems to me that unfolds for me. So there's something in it, like, yeah, might I do, actually I am planning on doing something like that later on today, that you'll see later on, probably in the week, or whenever I decide, it might be sooner. I'm going to attempt it and see how it goes, but I'm going to have to fiddle about the angle. But what I'm saying is, there's something about, in general, like, maybe you're trying to be like, maybe you're just trying to fit in and do something like other people, and it's like, maybe you just need to be yourself. And that's the conclusion I always come to with anything. And definitely when it comes to my intuitive work, my psychic work, and everything, it's, I don't usually say intuitive, I usually say psychic, but it's, I'm what I am, you know what I mean? And I just go with the flow. I'm very divine feminine that way. I just go with the flow, and yeah, this does all end up a bit of a mess, but it fucking makes sense to people it's meant to. Because, like I've said before, I've said this before, but although I get sick of turning out the same story again and again, it just feels like the same repeating message for the twin flames. It does help people. It not only helps people move through the darkest times of their life and dark situations with you and your twin, or just understanding what your twin's going through, if it happens to be the one that the message is yours, if you resonate with it, because it's not everyone's. It also is helpful to me, because it leads to me getting my soul clients I'm meant to work with, because that is how, again, like, you know, that person was on my radar, but it was, I'll never forget, it was a really powerful reading. I think it was maybe around the Christmas time, or, you know, January, February last year. I don't know, something like that. It might have been later, but whatever it was one about 2 twins really, really missing each other and not telling each other. So that might be significant actually to today. It feels like it is, with that card saying sad there. But that was what led her to be like, fuck it, I'm doing the therapy. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it had been on the radar a while and it was time, and that really connected. So that's where I have to push my own, like, right, like, I might be getting sick of it, but it helps people. So there's something about that. But yeah, what they were talking about me today was, I'm going to offer a package where it's, so I will have a 3-month package, I will have a 6-month package, and I think rather than a 9-month, I will do a 12-month package. So what I mean is, it'll be a package of 3 sessions specifically focused on 3 soul retrievals that you need. Usually it's my packages are 4 sessions, but I think I'm going to try it 3 sessions, right? So, but I'll still have the packages of 4 sessions. So anyway, but they told me it was like it'll be free set. So over 3 months. So basically, say you get it on the 1st of November, the next one would be on the 1st of December, then the next one would be on the 1st of January. And the reason behind this because it roughly takes, but sometimes it's scarily to the day, 3 weeks to integrate a soul retrieval. So say for instance you have a soul retrieval to retrieve back your power, which actually is most of the time what it ends up being for someone. If you've never had one, but definitely if you went through something traumatic, it does take the 3 weeks to, be kind to yourself, be gentle, to integrate the energy. And if we or you were to go and do that with anyone else, like while you're in that period, it kind of, I'm not going to say it spoils it, but it's too much. You know what I mean? Like you've got to let things settle. So that's what they were talking to me about. Is that I want people to understand that about proper soul retrieval. You know what I mean? That it's, and if if you want to know more about this, like I'm happy to. I explain enough about it on the live, so just come and watch the live streams that I'll get back to when I get back to that, probably on Halloween. But if you're looking to do this deeper work with me that is more than a session, then I'm happy to jump on a wee Zoom and chat to you for 20-30 minutes or whatever and explain the process. But I say that, like that you understand that like I'm not up for people taking the piss kind of thing and wasting my time in that. So only do that. But like I said, if you're actually brand new to me, I request that you do that. I don't like to do pre-recorded readings with someone or live sessions with someone if I've never met you at all. So I would want to jump on a quick session just to see who you are and if we're a good fit. It's always wise, you know what I mean? Because you might like what I do in public, but then we meet one-to-one and you don't like me for some reason. Again, because I'm really intense. Like I'm I'm just gonna own it. I'm especially in a fucking Mars moon conjunct Scorpio. Do you know what I mean? It's if you think this is intense, you ain't seen nothing. Like, if people that work with me know what I'm talking about, but that's what gets people huge shift. That's why I'm a catalyst for change, a spiritual catalyst. It's like, oh yeah, expect powerful change when you work with Claire. I'm sure somebody said that once, but that's what my guide just said. And it's because, again, I've worked through my own really dark shit. That's why it's like, even when I do go through really difficult stuff, I can come back up again a lot quicker than most. And even it surprises me, like I said, you can hear it surprising me. So yeah, so it'll be a 3-month package where it'd be once a month and we check in with how you are from the last one and then work on the next thing, right? So it's spaced out. But you're committing to it because, again, it's a package, so you pay for it up front. But again, when I say you don't need to pay for it up front, I'll get the money up front so that I'm not being, I was about to say shortchanged, but it wouldn't be shortchanged because I will get the money for the package, but I'm not needing to wait for it because that's what's happened in the past. It's like I've been caught in all that. I've learned all my kind of, well, hopefully I've learned all my kind of lessons around that. I can't be giving people the shirt off of my back when I'm needing to be looking after myself kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's what there's the PayPal things that it's like, it'll give you the option to pay for either an individual session in bits and I will get the money, or, so you're not leaving me out of pocket is what I'm saying. And it helps you out, or it'll give you the option to do that for the packages of a few or a bigger one. So just, and if for any reason it doesn't give you that option, don't be, I know it can be embarrassing and awkward to talk about money, but again, we're in Scorpio moon and that is about debt. So and like I said, I'm great at helping people that are depressed and down and everything about debt and that, because I've went through it myself, you know what I mean? It's like I'm still climbing out of shit, but it's like, but what I learned over my lifespan today is that when you break something down into smaller steps, it becomes less overwhelming. So I don't know who else needs to hear that, but it's clearly a theme because in the last one I done, it came up about, what did it say, financial issues are a factor or something. So again, like I said, there's all these things in place to help you. So there's literally no excuse. Like I say all the time, on this channel, if you found here and us, it's not just me, we're a family, we're a soul family. There's no excuse for being like disempowered, you know what I mean? And that's different from, you can be sad, you can feel like shit. That's where I've been. Look, sad. That was on the ground, so I'm going to get onto this in a minute. allow yourself to be sad. Fucking hell, people will be really, really sad. Put it this way, Scorpio moons and Pisces moons are when I worry about people the most. Maybe a Cancer moon. All the water moons is when I worry about people in a dark place in their mind, especially the most, because it's Scorpio. It's really painful. Like having a Scorpio moon. If you've got a Scorpio moon, you'll know. But you probably again handle it better than most because you deal with it all the time. But when it's Scorpio moon, that's when I notice people really struggling. So anyway, that would be the 3 month one. The 6 month one, same thing. It would just be over 6 months. It'd be one a month. And then people that are like, I really know that like, I would say the 12 months one would be if you're like, I want to at some point do therapy with Claire, but actually that sounds better for me to do a soul retrieval once a month over the course of a year. And Christ, by the time you get to the end of that year, for the people that go for that, you'll be a whole different, you'll be a force to be reckoned with. But anyway, so I'll look at what that looks like, because they just sort of spoke about it to me today. It's kind of changing the format a little bit, and then there's all the exciting things about people that have moved through more of the darkness and the dark night soul, and you're on all the exciting stuff about, expanding your gifts and all of that kind of. I can do coaching around mediumship specifically, or your channeling, or all that kind of stuff, and that's again another package. But like I always say, I only do that with people that I've tend to have done the therapy with, unless I had a good gauge that you've already had therapy or counselling from someone else, because I just simply, it's like, it's about believing in yourself. And what I find is, it's like there's no point in me like teaching somebody to like be helping other people with that, but if you don't, if you still got a core wound of not feeling worthy or something like that. So anyway, that's just my take on it. Right, so that took ages, so I've just put more time on the timer. Like I said, that was lying on the floor and I've been tidying up, so this feels like, for a bit of this I'm going to be picking up on somebody that's feeling sad, right? And that makes sense because I've just moved through that myself, just needing to sit in feelings of that were really not very nice. And like I said, sometimes that is I'm focusing on it for my own stuff, and sometimes I'm feeling other people around me, whether it be like people connected to this channel, or people close to me. It's and because I'm a collective channel as well, I transmute energy for the collective in a huge way, and I don't think I need to explain that anymore, why that's been really weird. And it's again this Scorpio moon period over the next couple of days. That's why I'm like, I really feel so much better today. Like it's crazy. Like I do feel like I've just come up from the dark place, but I'm aware that in a Scorpio moon, particularly when it gets to the last degrees, that could be rough again. But then I'm a Scorpio, then we go into Sag moon and I'm Sag moon. So I'm just explaining all of that for the things that the astrology is very real, and you can feel it very real. And also, can I just say, I don't really want to mention this, but things could get like really, really dark over the next couple of days. Where Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, because Scorpio moon is death and brutal pain and truth, and so sorry, it's just, it doesn't need to be literal death, you know what I mean? It's like a death and rebirth and rising like the phoenix, but it does just protect your mental health, your mind. Don't watch too much of the news, all that kind of stuff. Say no where you need to. Right, release the past. I'm not kidding, these cards are so Scorpio, but and I love this deck, like, you know what I mean? It was like, I've got it sometime last year. I remember doing personal readings like on the channel where I done it in the community tab, and I used these cards, and because that's what I might do at some point, like I said, throughout the next 3 weeks. There we go, there's a 3 week thing as well. Like, it's over the next 3 weeks, like I'm letting my own soul retrieval integrate as well, before I come back and give out all that energy again. It's like, so I'll probably be utilising the community tab a lot more. Like, I feel at some point, I think I might go back to use it. I think enough of yous have got the message, so thank you very much, that when I've moaned, it's just, well, expressed, moaned, whatever you want to see it as, about if a lot more of you start liking the posts and commenting. You don't need comment, right? If you're too shy and all that, like, I totally understand it, or you're just private, and that's fine. But if you like it, you know, as long as I'm getting around, you know, because some of them have, it's surprised me, like sometimes it's like there's like you know, around 10 folk have liked it and that, and that's that's good, you know, that feels at least worth it enough for me to put all that energy out. So what I'm saying is, if we can keep that up, please, because it also helps people find the channel, then I'll do the written ones, because that would be good while I'm gaining my energy back. But anyway, I love these cards, and I particularly love the wee book that goes with it, but I've not found that yet. And I also, this is meaningful, I searched for a guidebook to these cards, which I've been trying to find the cards and the book for, oh god, I must have been searching for about 40 minutes. I was fucking determined, and that's what I'm like as a shaman, as a healer. Like, I will sit with you until we find the answer. And that's what I mean about, that's where my guides are trying to work with me to make sure that and again, it's like, this has been said to me for years, it's like, that's great that I do that, and I will get to the answer, but a lot of the time, like I said, it does leave me out of pocket, yeah, because basically I could sit with people for hours and hours and hours and I'm not compensated, you know what I mean? But again, it's my self responsibility that if I choose to do that, you know what I mean? It's because again, it's like people have said to me before, you should just say to people, oh well, now we've passed, you know, the time, it's going to be the extra money. But it's just, that's just fucking awkward, man. Again, if you can work like that, great. But it's, I'm gonna have to at some point, if I choose to work like that, have somebody do that for me. Like, I don't know, an alarm come off, like, excuse me, you need to put more time in the meter. I don't know, but right now, I'm explaining it as some of the deeper ancestral work, some of the, just the deeper soul retrieval work that I do with people. It can be done in a session, and you know, it's, we can, the first time we have a chat, or if we've worked together before but we haven't spoken in a while and you've went through a lot, we can explore in that session what needs done over a longer period of time, and we can work out, you know, a plan towards that, and that's going to be what's best for you and what's going to be best for me. You know, that is definitely what I'm foreseeing a lot of people are going to need, and I do feel I'm going to be very, very busy next year. So yeah, we'll see, and maybe even before next year. But anyway, so release the past, change. Yeah, so self-explanatory, right? This is very Scorpio moon right now. It's a death and rebirth. Scorpio is the death card in tarot. It's, you know, it's time to release the past. It's time for change. Again, it's the new moon. But that can be sad. So some of the past, what you're letting go, you might know that you need to let go of the past, but you might be very sad about that. You might need it to take a lot of time to contemplate. To be honest, with this deck, it's one of the ones I'm like, what the fuck is that card? That's why I need the book for it, because I'm like, it's so, but I don't need it, you know. So this is so funny. When I'm saying I need the book, and what do I say? I don't need the book. I was told like over 10 years ago, 12 years ago, like to throw the book, to burn the book. I mean, that's a bit dramatic because it holds back my gifts that much. But it's that symbolic of you feeling like you need somebody, you need something, you need this, you need that, and actually everything that you need is inside you. Keeping in mind everything I said about, yeah, everything you need is inside you, but don't take that too far. I've seen some people that are really they think they're being empowered, but actually it's really disempowering themselves by thinking you can heal your everything, that you can just heal yourself. You know what I mean? It's not, because it's kind of like, you know, it's balanced. Like for instance, when I'm healing the deeper work within myself, by the way, I'm getting drawn, and my here's got the word dragon on it, and I'm getting drawn to the word dragon for some reason. I can think of oh god, I'm not even gonna go there. Like I said, this is, let's just move on, but I can actually think of why that might be. And it's, yeah. Holy shit. Okay, so being a medium, it is kind of weird. Like, people can come through far too quick for my counsellor side liking, but anyway, that's weird, isn't it? Anyway, so doesn't, but dragon might have other sort of meaning to you. Maybe dragon. Wait a minute, where are those dragon cards? I did just find them under a pile. This is what I mean about the randomness. Oh, they're over there. Right, let's just see, because I was really strongly being pulled in. But yeah, so like I said, with this deck, I'm like, is that I think it's the Eight of Swords. And so, oh my god, it's not. Right, oh, wait a minute. So what I was going to say is, even if I got the wrong meaning, it's Eight of Cups, because I've just seen the cups. But you see, this is what's quite interesting. But anyway, this is fascinating me. So hopefully you don't get bored as tits when I go on like this, but it's like, this is all part of the channeling. I was thinking it was Eight of Swords, and I was like, Eight of Swords, contemplation. I was like, Eight of Swords is usually when you're stuck in your head, and you think you're stuck, but you're not really, and you can get yourself out of it. And actually, that is kind of like in line with what I was just saying, because again, it's God speaking through me, or your guides, or my guides, somebody coming through with the good intentions of healing you, if it's yours. But I've just looked a little closer, so there's something a situation you need to look a little closer, because I've seen the cups, so it's the Eight of Cups, and I'm thinking contemplation. The Eight of Cups card to me is fuck this card. It's usually somebody walking away, but it is also this. So this is why I love this deck. It's a different perspective on things. And I like the quirky humour in it as well in the guidebook when I find it. But it's like, it is about like somebody's ready to. If this is you, or again, this could be about if it's not you, it's more than likely going to be your twin. But just tune in. You could have came across this for a friend or something. You're like, by the way, they just read your whole situation. I don't know. It happens. Um, it's it's somebody that's like contemplating their whole life, and they're looking out the window and they're ready to move on. Like, you've learned the lessons that you had to learn, and you're ready to move on, and that's really powerful with it being an eclipse. So yeah, that's really nice. But again, that means something that I thought it was the Eight of Swords, so it can be both things. Stuck in your head, you feel like you're trapped, you're stuck, you can't get out of it, but actually you can, and you've contemplated, and it's sad that it's changing, and you need to release the past, but it is time to move on. So again, it kind of feels like channeling maybe somebody that needs to leave a romantic relationship, and it's not, it might not be any huge big reason that like somebody turned out to be the devil, or like somebody's like, mask has slipped and they're not this big horrible person, or they've got you just don't. It might just be like something's ran its course. I don't know. We'll see as we get in it. Because like I said, I don't want to be over the next few weeks. I don't want to be diving in that deep, but I can't not do it on a Scorpio moon. Um, so there was that, and then and then stress and anxiety. So this is a Nine of Swords. This is like not being able to sleep at night. And again, I don't know about you, but I've not been able to get to sleep till last night. It was alright. I just got drawn at 37 seconds. Sorry, 37 minutes. 37 is my sign for following your North Node, because it's one of the ages that we get thrown on to, or at least we get guided to follow our North Node, and it can take some of us still a while after that to really get onto it. But I'd say when you're out of your personal North Node, it wouldn't be too long into the next where the node is that you start doing it. And I'm only going by what happened to me. Like, I'm North Node in Gemini, which was during the pandemic, and that's when I started. Well, I just like moved to being on here more, and then it was just only here. So that's why you'll hear a lot of people say, including me, like, they're following their North Node. Like, a lot of divine masculines, regardless your gender, it's like a lot of you that you were stuck in your South Node. You were stuck in the past, and you were self-sabotaging, you were running away from your feelings, which is part of the journey. And the divine feminines went through it too. And but so some of you, this is where you'll be at right now if you're divine masculine energy, or your divine masculine is sleepless nights, worry, stress, anxiety, the repressed feelings coming back up to the surface. Like, this is what I meant when I started saying that, and I spoke about something else. Some people, you can, whether it's twin flame or love in general, like we've all listened to somebody's sad story about that, right? Okay, well, I have, because I'm a twin flame counsellor, but even before embracing that, I was always like, whether it's an older person that I come into contact with through whatever in my life, or a younger, it really doesn't matter the age. It's like I'd always have somebody confiding in me about a story. Like, again, I could say this because it's anonymous and it's general, and it was like over, I think it was over 10 years ago or something now. I once had that on a night out where this person was really, really drunk. I mean, actually, we were both really drunk. And but that can often be, when, again, I'm half and half about that. Sometimes the truth can come out when you're drunk. Sometimes you could just talk the biggest load of fucking bullshit ever. So it's half and half. It's not always that people speak the truth. Like, and sometimes you can actually turn into a fucking sometimes you can turn into a devil or a she-devil, you know what I mean? There's certain drinks, like, what was it like? I think it was Sambuca. It can make people evil. I'm sure that done that to me. Wine is never a good one, for me anyway. You know, wine just makes me fall asleep, cry or spew, or all of it. It's not fun. Um, and sometimes we need reminders of that, you know what I'm saying? Moving on. So, and it humbles us, you know, I'm joking, not joking. It's, you know, and I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's true. I've sadly had enough people either in my family or down the lines um, or, or people that I've helped, you know, be, like pass from, like, go to the spirit world through alcoholism. So um it's something that yeah, that can change you. I think when you've had, especially when you've had that, like, you know, someone in your extended family or whatever, or it could be closer, for maybe I'm saying that for one of you, it does change you, you know. It might not make you a non-drinker, but it certainly does, like for me, like, with, again, I don't know, I'm being, again, I do know it's Scorpio moon, but it's like, for me, I won't, again, it's sometimes that's when I'm like, that's too close to the bone, because when it's, especially when it's stuff to do with, like, it's like, I don't like going into stuff because it's like not just to do with me, but when I'm just keeping it, yeah, I'm I'm just basically saying, like, I've helped people with this, and also I've had closer, it's just, I can actually feel my family member in spirit with me, guiding me to say this. So, like, so I'm just going with it, because it's kind of like, look, even if other folk are looking on this in my family or extended family, well, it's the case where it's people don't admit it. So I'll just go with it, and it's kind of like, you know, I think with that, I can feel my actual family member in spirit being like, this will help other people. It's kind of like the perks of being a medium. I don't know if it's a perk of being a medium, or, you know what I mean. It's like they're like, just say it. It's It took me some time to recognise in my own life where it was destructive. That's what I'm going to say. So I was never an alcoholic, but I was definitely the kind of drinker. I've spoken about this before, so I don't know why I'm saying it. I think it's because it's about self-sabotage, but somebody mustn't hear it. It was like, it was right in the heightened time of me recognising that I had ADHD. Because, like, so if you don't know that about me, like, I recognised everything. Dyslexia, dyspraxia, and ADHD. Like, I recognised it before other people did. Like, I had to go and be like, look, I think I've got it, and I did. And then, and I'm also good at noticing it in children and anyone around me, really. But I don't say, unless somebody expresses to me, do you think this could be the case? Like, I only say that if somebody comes to me and I'm like, you know, you still have to go through the proper channels, and it's a nightmare of getting diagnosed and blah 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 blah. But it can lift something, you know, when you understand yourself a little better. So if you're struggling with that personally, or you're struggling with that for someone close around you, a child or a family member or a friend or whatever, then I help people with that. Oh yeah, because that's quite, yeah, that's basically why they're getting me to say that, is it's like, you know, it's self-medicating. Like, if you are stressed, can't sleep, you know, you're dealing with feelings coming up of grief of a past love, like on the twin flame journey that happens, or but like I said, it happens to loads of people. You don't have to be on the twin flame journey, or just past feelings of grief about somebody that died like 10 years ago, 5 years ago. That happens, you know. Like, I've spoke before about, there was a period in my life around my dark night of the soul when there was, I think it was 4 people died in the 1 year, and it was people that were all so close to me that I couldn't process. Like, it took, like, I didn't process one of these deaths like till a few years later, because it was like I was still trying to process it. It was just too much, you know. I was overwhelmed. So unfortunately, I feel I must be picking up on somebody else going through that. But yeah, this card's about stress, worry, anxiety, not being able to sleep at night. And like I said in the last video, see, specifically when it comes to the twin flame journey, which we're going to dive into a wee bit with the lovey cards, and then I'm going to end it with these, and that, you know, that's that. And then I'm going to focus on trying to make these a wee bit shorter. I think because it's eclipse, I'll allow it to be a bit longer, but whatever. It's it's very much that kind of thing of nothing's worth worrying that much, you know. So I feel guided to say, like, if you are a twin flame on this journey, and you're a runner or a divine masculine, regardless of your gender, and you're having a lot of feelings coming up about, why am I only now feeling remorse and guilt and shame of what I've put this person through, or these people, whatever the situation is. Usually it's you and your twin. Like, or why am I only feeling this sad about grieving this situation or this person that died a long time ago, or it could be a whole load of different things. Why I'm only facing that now. I feel I'm guided to say it. It's like, just please try to find that compassion for yourself that you would hopefully find for other people, because nothing's worth making yourself that ill about. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully I speak for everyone when I say that. Well, basically we all hope that our twins have already went through this and they're healing, and or even if you're a true twin flame as well, like, look happy, and even if that means that some people are with other people, it's because it's the thing is, if people are happy with other people, it fortunately means this is going to come at some point. Like, the fucking feelings are going to come up, and they're so it depends which way you look at it. But what I'm trying to say is, if your twin is in this, you wouldn't want them to be, because it's cruel, isn't it? Like, nobody wants anybody to go through that you love, but we have to, like, to break through the other side and to have that learning and understand, like, your soul signed up to go through this. But what I'm saying is, don't make it worse for yourself. Like, be kind to yourself. Like, like I said, whenever things like this have happened to me, like I said, a lot of the time through me, it's things through drink. So, like I said, that's why I don't drink usually. And it's not all, can I just say as well, it's not all the time. Like, it's like, sometimes I drink and I'm absolutely fine, but it's if you're not. I think it's more to do with the fact that it's the world things going on in that as well. It's really, it's just not against. So, like I said, I can't see me being up for any kind of alcohol. Even, I've managed to get through Christmas and New Year's the past few years with people being like, go on, have a drink, and I haven't done it. So, I can get through it again, because I'd rather be in my strength and not be open to psychic attack and all that more than anyway. So, but so again, I feel somebody must need to hear all this. So, whatever. The point is, send love to your twin. If you feel there's any chance that they could be in this, send them love. Pray for them every night. It does make a difference. Pray for them every day. Pray for them every night. Pray for yourself. Pray for your union. And then get on with your own life. You don't need to do that all day, but just take a moment, you know what I mean? Right, and then we've got reflection, because this is the Six of Cups. So now at least I know with this deck, it's the cups I need to look for. But this is past love. It's reminiscing about a past love. So that's actually really beautiful, but quite sad that it fits with what I'd said the other day, that I just felt somebody really missing a past love, and they're stressed, can't sleep at night, sad, can't release the past, can't push these feelings away, can't stop thinking and needing to move on from being in that. So again, this can be taken to away. It's definitely someone's need to move on from a relationship, whoever that's for. It's not everyone. This might be, you might have already done that in the past, and this is someone else's. But for some, it's like someone wants to move on from these sad feelings of reminiscing about the past, and that could be a happy thing. You could be moving on and telling the version how you feel. But that's what I mean about, you need to move through. Nobody can get you out of that but yourself. But also, it depends where you look at it. Like, I do help people get out of that, but I help people, empower people to get themselves out of it when I work with them one-to-one. Right, so just on that note, what else do you need to know to go with those cards? For whoever I'm channeling, whether it's you or your twin, it's not everyone's, and lap up this one, because I don't know when I'll be feeling like doing this again. It's just because of the Scorpio moon sex with you. So these are my fun. Okay, interesting. So the reason why I'm saying that is because these are both very Scorpio themed. So it's a Scorpio moon. So again, it's giving me, Christian Grey kind of vibes again. It's just like, think about if you've ever watched any of the 50 Shades of Grey films, or all of them. It's clearly all about that, but it's like he just wants her all himself, doesn't he? Like, and it's just yeah, that's basically what I'm getting from that. But again, it's somebody's thinking about this, whether they had that with you at any point or haven't, they're fantasizing about what it would be like. It's different for different people. I left because you told me to, so I was interested in wording, but maybe you've expressed needing space from this person or something, or that they've perceived it that way. You've put the boundaries up, whether this was recently or years ago. Like, it just depends how you left it, or maybe they ghosted you and they're like, shit, how can I pull it back? Maybe. Sorry, remember, these are the cards when I have a weird, I don't know what the fuck goes on when I use these, but it's the can't even explain what I feel when I use these cards. But this always reminds me of that James Arthur song, Maybe, and that song always reminds me, yeah, like, because it's like, you know, maybe we were always meant to meet, maybe this is our destiny, and I can't remember all the rest, but it's basically all the words. To me, it's like, you can, that's what I just love about him, is he, again, I've said this before, but I'm absolutely fucking positive that James Arthur is a twin flame. And you'd only need to hear his most recent song to be like, absolutely fucking lately. Do you know what I mean? It's like, he's absolutely on that path. Or he's channeling a collective that are. But anyway, but it's, yeah, it's, if you listen to that one in particular, again, any James Arthur song, but it's that one in particular, is like, you know, why don't you look at the words? It's one of my favourites. But it's like, you know, it's something about, do I need to, wait a minute, I do just kind of need to remind myself. Because the thing is, like, I actually only came across, I need to turn the volume down, I only came across that, so I think it was sometime last year or the year before, and I was like, what the fuck is this? It's beautiful. And it was someone else on the Twin Flame journey had used it on a shorts, and it just, oh my god, it hit me. I was like, whoa. And it's like, but it's just, it's somebody that's confused and they don't know. It is like what I've channeled. It's repressed feelings. It's like, I don't know what's going on, where you came from, and why it took so long. All I know is that I feel like it's the realest thing, and I mean it. Something's changed when I saw you. My eyes can't lie. They said they're so damn blue. So that might be significant. You got blue eyes, or your twin has. But yeah, it's just, you'll see what I mean. I just always think that because that song's called Maybe. But anyway, like I said, I really don't want to be channeling any songs because I've not been in a place. They've just been haunting me. I'm just making sure I'm nowhere near where songs can get to me. And they still pop in clairaudiently and drive me nuts. So, anyway, moving on. So, what else do we need to know from one pentacle? Right, okay, so this is the Ace of Pentacles. Again, this is a gift from Spirit, a gift from the universe, a gift from the gods. That feels like the last one I channeled that said gifts from gods. It's basically, it's like a real solid offer. So whether this is a real solid offer coming from Spirit, like of like, you know, well, I have been talking a lot about client work and stuff, so maybe it's that like you land a really big client that's, you know, that's gonna bring in that, like for me it's like I just love working with somebody long term because I love helping somebody through that process. But also, if I get a really big client, then I don't need to worry so much about like, yeah, where it's coming from next. You know what I mean? It's kind of, and that's what I'm taking the time to just go inwards to have a better system. I'm always doing that, but again, I know it's because I'm actually built for I was always built for the future, to help people through the times we're in right now. And that's what I'm saying. I've always been told that by other people that read for me, that it's like, I'm not going to have an issue with attracting people to work with. It's more like I'm going to be having to turn people away. But anyway, whatever it is, but that can also be something. That was Amazon. I was just waiting to see what happens. So again, yeah, look, there you go. Oh my god, how crazy is that? I'm actually just trying to remember what that is. What is that again? Oh yeah, it's actually a nail varnish for my friend's birthday. But but the point is see, that's what I'm like. I'm like cute wee, like Again, I've got, I'm not getting into all of that, but it's like, when it's like, I'm really good with things like that, like if it's like, I'm quite sweet at like recognising what's really meaningful to someone, and well, if it's those of you that are like online, usually I collect the stuff and then I do eventually get around to sending it, but I'm not even kidding, that could take years. Like, that nail varnish is actually for my best friend, and she know, like, sometimes I've been like, I just found a birthday card I got for you 3 years ago, and it's I'm not kidding. Again, and it's like, it's not great, it's an ADHD thing, but I'm not kidding when I say, like, those of you will know that, like, Soul family are listening here, like, I have got wee collections of stuff for people that I will give you one day, but um yeah, but anyway, she lives a little closer, so it's a little easier anyway. But that's not a coincidence. We're on the card, that to me it's a gift. So it's like, yeah, either a gift is coming to you in the form of physical things, or it is the gift of your twin, I would say, for some people. But it might be something to do with work, or look, you matter. I feel the gift is somebody letting you know that you do matter. And that's what that song is about. Again, it's like, somebody's realising you were always meant to be, and it's destiny, and like, sorry, I've just realised that kind of thing. That's the vibe I'm getting. And actually, that's what, oh my god, I'm addicted to it. And that's what I'm saying, like, yeah, that, just go and listen to that fucking new song. I mean, it's, I don't want to, but it's, yeah, it feels very much, actually, do you know what, I need to put my own shit aside, that doesn't, just, the song's fucking beautiful, right? Just what I meant is, it couldn't have come at a possibly worse time for me. Like, but that new song is called Just Us, and it's just, it feels, I do feel, now I can say it because it's like a week later, but I feel like that song, if I happen to be the person that's bringing your attention to it, I don't know how, because it's the last time I looked, it was like 675,000 or something. It's going to be at 1,000,000 soon, and if that doesn't reach number one, that's a crime. If it's some kind of stupid fucking toxic frequency of horrible music that's out these days, then that's what's all wrong with the world, because that song is beautiful, but it's like, yeah, it feels like a collective message from divine masculines that are at that point, or that will get to it, of, I'm sorry that there's been all this stuff that's happened, that's meant to happen, that's led us to where we are, but from this point on, it's only you. You know what I mean? I'm addicted to you. That's the devil card. So it's, but yeah. So there you go. So, but, and you know what? I'd be really, if I am somebody that you hadn't heard that, so like I said, I'm kind of like, well, how not? But if you haven't come across that, and that you listen and then it means something to you, let me know. You know what I mean? Because that, just like I said, songs haunt me all day, every day, to pass on in messages like this, but also personally, and yeah, it's just, they really move me. You know, I mean, I think it's like I said, whether it's an ADHD thing or it's just me being me, it's yeah, it's powerful. I miss you, do you? So again, it's like, yeah, look, it's like somebody misses you, they're addicted to you, they want to reach out, or they want you to reach out to them. They still don't have all the answers. That's so weird, because that is like that song. Like the other one, maybe. But I can't, again, the other one's just new, but it's, again, the vibe from the other one is just basically like, well, really, particularly Star, it's something like, sorry I haven't been able to, I can't remember the words, but it's basically just as like, look, sorry I haven't been able to express it, but I am now, kind of thing. Let me hold you. That's like a song too. Your family won't like me. Now that's really interesting. I do think, look, I have so much desire for you. Yes. I think so, yes. Yeah, nah. My god, what the fuck is this? 1 cup. I want to get you drunk and I'm ready. I lie awake thinking about our future. Right, I need more times on the bottom. This is just too, right, we need to break this down. That's like, yeah, I lie awake thinking about our future. That was like when I channeled about the other card like that. I want to get you drunk again. That's somebody that's kind of like, look, like this, I feel it's like somebody feel like this would be a lot easier if I could just, if there could be a scenario where we've both had a drink and I can be a bit more relaxed, something like that. But again, I've just channeled about fucking taking it too far, so everybody take that on board. So this is someday, or you have a lot of love for somebody that you need to express. It's like, I just feel somebody cracking up, they need to express it. This is crazy. Yeah, nah, I think so. Yeah, it's not like somebody's going back and forwards about, do I do it now? Do I do it later? Have I done enough? All this kind of shit. That's a real worry. I think whatever has went on between you and your twin, if this is for you, they're worried about what your family might think of them. Or again, I do feel for some as well. It's like, because with twin flames, unfortunately, with a lot of people, it can be that their family don't like you. Like, you know, if you're the other twin flame, you know what I'm saying, whichever one you are. So then their fear is that it's the same way, which it actually usually isn't. And sometimes, can I just say as well, sometimes it's not the families at all, and it's somebody else in your life. It's like a friend or something. So don't think that everybody's twin flame. But it's just, I've seen it a lot and I feel it. But yeah, but I do feel somebody is ready. They're just really giving themselves a hard time, so whatever that means. Right, so these are really intense, so let's use these cards. I didn't think this was going to be, well, I don't know. I was about to say I didn't think it was going to be like this today, but maybe I did, because this is a Scorpio energy. So, like I said, this might be real time for some of you, and for others it might take a while to catch up. Like, for instance, because this is Scorpio moon, this might be like channeling for like further down the line in Scorpio season, which we're not obviously that far away from. It's a few weeks away, but let me know, what does this Divine Masculine's higher self want to say? Because I've actually got, I'll do some messages from Divine Feminines too, but what do they want to say, whoever this is meaning something? I can't live up to your fantasies. Again, it's like, give me another one. I'm kind of, before I pull the other one, I kind of feel like someone may have said something like this at some point, either to themselves or they've actually said it to you. And that's a very twin flame thing, that, like, you know, Divine Masculine is very logical, analytical, and they're like, in an ideal world, I'd love to be with you, but I just don't know how this is ever going to work. Whereas they start to then come around to the more, whether you want to call it like 5D thinking or moving into the new energies, kind of being like, actually, I think other people around me have made me feel that this can't work, and it can work, because I'm being pulled to this card, which says ground yourself, which I would take it to be like grounding in the new energies and starting to be like, oh my god, I can have my fantasy. So I'll get in touch very soon. Again, somebody's starting to push you away because I don't want to lose you. Crazy, I know. This time around, I'll do things right. Please trust me. This is, by the way, this is making me cringe. I'm totally obsessed with you. Please be mine. This is making me cringe because it does feel like, I'm not listening to that song again. I love it. I heard it a few times and don't listen again, but like, it is feeling in line with that song, I'm sure, because it's like, you know, somebody fudged up and they're like, now I know, and can it just be just us? And yeah, it kind of is 50 Shades of Grey vibes, guys. Right, so, because that is like the second film, like he's like, Anna, please listen to me. I'm joking. No one makes me feel like you do. I see myself having kids with you. Again, that's not obviously going to be for everyone, but I feel it's just symbolic of the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, like wanting to build a life for you. So if you're past baby making age, or you don't want one, or whatever, I can't get you out of my head. And the timer just went off too. So again, I feel time's up. I'm trying to trust divine timing. I'm struggling with money. That's what I was channeling about earlier, and I'm coming back soon. Yeah, again, I don't want to sort of overload it, but I do feel it's like this message is I think somebody's really put in the work and they are ready, but it's like they feel like they need to punish themselves longer or something. And that's where I feel a lot of divine masculines can get confused about that, and they feel it's like coming from the twin, but it's not. It's you doing it to yourself. Okay, so like I said, that's not for everyone, because some divine masculines are still with other people and they've not woken up to this yet, and they've got all this lovely emotion to move through. You know what I mean? It's detect the sarcasm. The dragon card, because I nearly forgot. Golden orange dragon, expand your light for ascension. Fucking, well, I tell you what, it's going to make sense to someone, because that's basically what I'm saying. Somebody's coming out thinking this was too good to be true, a fantasy or a trick or whatever, or not real, something that they just can't have. And it's, again, it's not just that, like, because that kids card too, I do feel it's like, I feel when there are, like I said, because a lot of you are in that position, I've helped people in this position, when there are kids involved, I think there are just loads of different factors where people logically say to themselves, like, this is all, how is this ever all going to come together? But it's like, well, how the fuck has everyone else always made shit like this work? Do you know what I mean? It's yeah, anyway. So, be a peaceful warrior, help those in need, remember your magnificence, enables your life to flow with love and force, prepare for change, to move forward quickly, expect unexpected, have fun. Wow, oh my god. So again, this divine masculine is ascending, or they've ascended, and you'll be hearing from them soon. Prepare for change and move forward quickly, expect unexpected and have fun. I mean, hello, expect powerful change. I'm going to need to, now I don't want to mess this up again, because I'm very, very proud of myself, if I hadn't already said it, that I literally cleared everything off this desk, and then I cleaned it and I left it overnight to just settle with nothing on it, and that felt good. And then today I put all my wee bits and bobs and my knickknacks, and I've got all the I've got most of the Halloween cards, including that deck I really want to use, and yeah, so feeling good. So hopefully you can do something that's equivalent to that for you. Protect, oh my god, protects you in times of change, a time of rapid transition and transformation. Relax, you're safe. Wow. Look, I'm sorry about that. I'm still wowed at how I got led to those cards by seeing the dragon written on the radiator that led me to use those cards, that led me to use them. And there was other reasons that I just feel, out of respect, I'm not going to sort of go into what I was feeling, but you can probably work that out from what I've said. Right, okay, so if not, it's just, yeah, whatever. Right, so before I go into these cards, let's peel these, and then I'm going to do a shadow and light. So what's the Halloween card? And then, like I said, unless I'm feeling like in the mood for diving deep into all that lovey-dovey shit, you might not see that again for another few weeks, but famous last words. Oh, wait a minute. They do want me to... Oh, shit. Oh, wait a minute. Just slow down, Claire, because I'm actually forgetting. I'm actually forgetting some of the stuff. Give us another theme for some of the Divine Masculine collectives. Maybe a different one, but it might be the same collective. We'll just see. Where are they at? What are they working through? Seeking reassurance, wanting to know the future, scared of losing you, wanting to feel secure, missing you, wanting to be close. I mean, this is exactly what I fucking said. Missing you, and that's why they obviously got me to mention that song. Self-reflection, reflecting each other, being honest with self, wisdom, clarity, transformation, shadow work, and reunion is behind it. Whoa, reunion is behind it. That's the powerful change. Again, that's what I feel. I think when I'm getting guided to do these really big ones, right? Because I feel that one that I done about, like the one I done, I think it was about 12 days. Well, maybe someone needs to look at something 12 weeks ago, but 12 days ago was about unions. And again, so a lot of them could be coming about any time from now, because I've channeled a lot about the eclipse. Not everyone, but for some people. So again, I feel this is like another one. Like this could be reunions around November, or some of them could be sooner. Twinflame union, coming back together, oneness, reconciliation, meeting the one, spending time together, divine marriage, right? Okay, and so the divine feminine message, which makes me cringe, so I'll shuffle off camera. Don't be a cringe one, don't be a cringe one. They'll fly out, so well, make them fly out and make them be what people need to hear to help them. So whoever's divine masculine is, what they want to know, what I feel this right, I'm going to chat. This masculine wants to know what the future holds for you and them, right? They want to know, are you still going to give me a chance? Are you still going to listen to me? Are you going to hear me out? I've done the shadow work. I'm doing the shadow work. I'm going within, whether they call it that or not. It's like I've really went in and like, this is what I want. This is what I feel this person, regardless of it. And the divine feminine. Oh my god, this is so many V, because look at what it says. People are so jealous around us. We have to protect this sacred union and have each other's back. I mean, that almost feels like it bloody... I'm going to do it like the spirit. Do it like that it fits with those, that the masculine's wanting reassurance and missing the feminine, and the feminine's like people are so jealous. We have to protect this sacred union. Right, okay, what's the other one? I've never gave up hope you would remember us. And that goes with the shadow work. This is fucking, what is right? Wow us for the last one. And I need to get off because this is too intense. I believe in you. Oh my god. That's pretty. It's not, I can handle the cringe there as well. Reunion, I believe in you. And I wish you could see yourself as I see you. That reminds me of that scene in Bruce Almighty. You know, when she's crying and she's praying. And she's like, please God, please just give him the strength to do this and give him the strength to do that. That's what, that always reminds me of what true divine feminines do for their divine masculine. And if you don't do that, I'd question whether you're on the journey. You know what I mean? It depends. If they've really fucked you off or something, you might not be in the mood. But it's, even with that, like I can, let's not go too deep into that, but I can think of times when I've not been too fucking best pleased, put it that way, and I still pray for the union, because it's not just, you know, it's like, and I always put out there that if this is what my twin wants, when it's the right time, and it's definitely what I want, it will come about when it's meant to, and not because anybody manipulates it or forces it, or it just comes about when it's meant to. Right, beautiful. I think that's enough of that. So, but interest, I'm not surprised, like I said, that the jealousy card come out, because it's no secret that I fucking say that all the time for all twin flames. It's just, and it's really upsetting too, because it can come, the jealousy can come from people that are really close around you, and you're like, what the hell, man? But it's unconscious, so it's hard to prove. But anyway, you just, it's a thing. So, didn't shuffle it. What else? So what else do you need to know between, oh look, that's just leapt out. Didn't even let me finish. Passion and magnetic seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. Well, I did say on the shorts, like, you know, it's a very sexual energy, the energies I'm channeling these in. But again, if this is going to make sense of the whole of Scorpio season, that's not too far away, you know. Yeah. Stop focusing your energy on past events. Your life is too precious to waste to create your reality by what you think, dream and imagine. Yeah, so this is what's going on. So, or whoever's going to resonate with that, right? Okay, so what do we need? So there's cards in this that are really interesting, quite deep. And I've been, like I said, I've been wanting to use this for quite a while. I didn't know where it was, so it's obviously the right in time for shadow work Scorpio season. A little early. What do we need to know? And I think let's particularly have something about the jealousy that divine feminine can sense, whether it is on divine feminine side or divine masculine. I happen to feel it's a bit of both. It might be one or the other, but it's, what do you know? Because there's really specific things. There's things on here about free witchy sisters. There's things, yeah, there's loads of interesting ghosts of the past. The past returns for a time. Also, interesting, because she's taken off the mask. So forget this is a she. This could be a she or a he or whatever you identify as. This person's taken off the mask. Somebody's returning from your past, because they're in that energy of longing and in the past, and they want to know. They want to know now. So whenever this reaches up to this point, somebody wants to know, will you give them another chance? The past returns for a time. Storm angel, collusion of belief styles, attitudes, energies. And again, I feel that's like one of the jealous people that doesn't want this person to see if there's a chance with someone else. Oh my god, grumpy red fairy, be true to yourself. So again, forget that, but this is true, be true to yourself. But again, I feel it's like, look, this is two energies that don't want somebody to move forward. Fairy of the divine hand, intoxication, distorted view, overindulgence. Oh my god, that's an extra fucking, now we know why I fucking spoke about getting pished in the past and all that. It's, some of it's no the fucking too, you know, it was, the past wasn't too far away. Some of it was far away, but you know what I mean? It's like, look, these all the jealous eyes. That's really interesting, because I nearly put the evil eye in the shot, look. But I always battle with myself about whether whether I like it or not. Basically, I don't know. I overthink it a lot. It's because I used to like it when I was younger when I went to Turkey and that, but sometimes I just don't like the way. I don't like all that, like returning the whatever tenfold and that. I just hate all of that. I hate the word hate too, but it's like I just think whenever anybody's sending jealousy, attack, and all that to me, I don't send shitty energy back. I wish them nothing but healing. Like, obviously, people fuck me off and I mean, it's unfair and all that, but I'm just like, get the fuck, man. Go and entertain yourself with something else in your life and bother about what I'm doing or what, you know what I mean? It's, anyway, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Right, 42. I just opened it up at I Am Callie. Oh, and then look, Three Witchy Sisters. That's interesting that I said that and then that came out in the book. Irrelevant, right. Ghost of the Past. I think that is relevant for someone. Because look, I've just opened that again. Three Witchy Sisters. There might literally be three witches, three sisters that are like causing issues. Or three feminine energies, something like that. 42. And there's the other one. Two little witches, magical space witches. This is, right. Three witches. It keeps jumping between those two. Shit, that's really significant to someone, by the way. Autumn is my last chance. Please don't lose hope. That's energy. Somebody's like, I need to do something because I just feel someone's like, I need to do something. They're going to push past their own fear to do something. Right. At a masquerade ball, you see a beautiful young woman who's taken off her mask. The second she did so, people from her past invaded her party. Again, this is somebody's trying to be themselves, and all these people are coming back from the past. All these energies are just trying to pull them back. Reminds me of the scene in the new Matrix, or the newest one, where he's trying to jump off the ledge, and people at the party are like, "No," you know what I mean? But if you see the film, you'll see that it's a good thing. He's not killing himself. He's jumping into he's jumping into being empowered because he can fucking fly. But they're like, no, they're trying to hold him back. They're trying to hold him down by getting pissed and partying and yeah, it means something to someone. Some are teachers, some are friends, others are people she'd rather not see again. One reminds her of being sick once, the others remind her of many other challenging moments in her life. Yeah, this is all linked to those other cards about it's time to release the past. Why is this beauty surrounded by so many reminders at this present time? All about me or ghosts of the past, come here. Perhaps so I can finally lay them to rest. I have taken off my mask and I know who I am. While they are still wearing theirs, still very much as I left them so long ago. So basically, it's like this masculine, whether you're a feminine, whether you're a female or a male or whatever masculine, this could be for a feminine too, but it's usually a masculine energy. So you tell me in the comments, and that would be good to know. You've taken off your mask and you're being true to yourself, but there's people trying to hang on from your past that aren't doing the shadow work, that aren't elevated to where you're at, and you need to let them go. And all the signs are there about that. And like I said, I've went through this point in my life, so I know that it's sad. It can be sad, but it needs to happen for you to move forward. It seems I must turn and face some and make peace with them, perhaps even going over some old ground before I can move on to fresh fields. I have an urge to put my mask on and mingle with them as I was, but I will not. So again, you see, this is about an energy, a masculine energy that has wanted to stay keeping the mask on. Just it's easier, it's comfortable. I don't want to change. But now they're getting to the point where there's repressed emotions and all that is too much, and they can't do it, and they're thinking about the past, and they're going to move forward. And we're proud of you, whoever this is for, all the masculines this is for. I will be who I am now, and I will meet them without pretense and show them who I've become. I'm no longer afraid of the shadows in my past because I've done the shadow work. I am at peace with all that I have been and all that I am. Beautiful. Right, now listen to this. Old friends, boyfriends, crushes, places, situations, and we'll change that to girlfriends too because that's a little bit sexist or whatever. That's a little bit prejudice they didn't put in, but whatever. Or reminders of them come up to remind you of either how far you've come or that there's still work to be done in areas you thought were long settled. We all have life themes and we all have challenges and patterns, but the trick is to move through them quickly and to learn from them permanently. These ghosts with masks are here to show you what or who needs adjustment in your life. A clearing where you make peace with people you feel you've wronged is in order. Now that's really deep shadow work too. That's like what I said at the start. Is I feel a lot of you might have been, you might be getting led down to the lower world to kind of face up to like, right, where do I need to apologise? Where do I need to see my own stuff? you know, all this kind of stuff that you'd rather not do. But it's like, you can't do it yourself, which a lot of people can't. Go to people that help you do it. And hello, that's what I help people with. If I didn't mean hello as in hello, but it kind of came out that way. But, you know, hello. If you're new to it, like, this is what I help people with. If you feel like I'm somebody that you can trust, then book a session. These ghosts, wait a minute, these ghosts with masks are here to show you what or who needs adjustment in your life. A clearing where you make peace with the people you feel you've wronged is in order. None of us are perfect. That's basically what I said at the start. All of us need to forgive and to be forgiven. And that's why I've channeled in the last video and in this one that even if like there's situations where you have made an arse of yourself because you've got too drunk or you've said things you shouldn't have said or all this kind of stuff, because we've all done it at some point in our lives. Even, yeah, it's basically what I'm saying is it's like you have to reach just the point at some where you forgive yourself, and if you've got people around you that are shaming you or all that kind of stuff, really look at that. You know what I mean? Like I said, it sometimes comes from people just reveling in the fact that that doesn't happen a lot and they want to make you feel worse, which is cruel, basically. Or it's like people have had, like I said, people. I get the feeling it's like people have people around them that really come down a ton of bricks like them, so they want it to use it, whatever. And then equally be grateful for people around you that are like, do you know what? Yeah, I can feel that you'd rather that didn't happen, but forgive yourself, right? We've all been there, or you know, basically be humble. You know, nobody's perfect. That can happen to somebody. What's happened to you or what's happened to somebody, it can happen to anyone. Do you know what I mean? And again, drink's not a good example, because if you don't drink it, it won't happen to you, but something else could happen where it humbles you. You know what I mean? This is the cause of the indecision you're now facing. The ghosts of the past are haunting you. It's judged. But you see how that can be? I feel that's people's past, like karmic energies haunting them. But this can also be the ghost of the past as the past love. The twin flame is haunting someone. So there's two meanings. All of us need to forgive and be forgiven. This is the cause of the indecision you're now facing. The ghosts of the past are haunting you. They made me read that twice. But also remember, this is a new moon in Libra. That is about indecision. Or you leap to the North Node in Aries, and you make the decision and you take the action. That's how you get out of the indecision. It's Judgment Day. And again, Judgment Day is totally the times we're living in. And you're more powerful than you know. The time for hiding who you are and pretending to be normal and just like everyone else is done. Okay, I'm sorry, but I think that needs to be the title. Love it. That's true though. If you're a twin flame, the time to fucking, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to be normal. Normal's fucking boring. What's normal to spiders, chaos to the fly. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're a twin flame, you didn't come here to fucking blend in. Unless you're doing kind of matrix work and you are a bit more kind of blending into the... That's a bit different, but you're still here to make a change. And you know if you're that, because you just do. We have cauldron, synergy and healing. Well, synergy is always a word that I associate with twin flames. I called one of my groups that at one point, because it's, you know, blending the energies together. But there's a synergy and a healing going on here. And like I said, for some people it's going to be of that kind. So yeah, definitely enjoy it if it's that kind. But seriously, that is the energies blending together. Because somebody feels they don't want to be invisible. Somebody feels invisible to your life, like, or you feel like that. Something like that. Someone wants authenticity. Someone wants to fess up and tell the truth. We all get there in our own sweet time. And we've got maybe I'm just going to do a 90-minute one every couple of days. Maybe that's better than the wee short ones. Or I'll just do a mixture. I'll just do it. Listen, I'm just going to go with the flow, right? 1, 2, 3. The time's at 1, 2, 3. Fuck it, let's go. Where all things come together under pressure, flowful synergy, a new thing is created, a crucible of infinity. I'm just going to go to skip all of this bit. Should you receive this card, it indicates the importance of combining a variety of techniques or elements to get the best result. Again, feminine, masculine within yourself, and then take action with something. Or it could be, for some people, feminine and masculine literally together. And yeah. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Refuse to choose just a single rigid pathway when a variety of ways are there to be enjoyed and experienced. You can find your own ways to create something new. The cauldron is a deeply transformational tool. Things change once they're put under pressure. Resilience has been cultivated over time, and this means that you will be able to withstand any negative pressure much more healthily from the inside out. That's actually, I'm glad I read that. I almost wasn't going to, but they didn't let me. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's when I said that although you don't want the people you love to be going through the stress and worry and guilt and shame, and you definitely don't want them to be feeling alone, like, it makes you who you are. It makes you more resilient, and when you come out the other side of it, you know, you're more empowered and you're stronger. And again, I'm talking from personal experience, but also helping other people with that too. So trust that your twin needs to go through that, will go through it, and they'll find the courage to speak when it's time. And trust in the plan. What kind of adjustment bureau shit is this? How dramatic was that? Trust in the plan. Again, that's one of my favourites. And I've said that openly before, that if I mean, it's hard to pick what film I would pick for my life, but that's definitely right up there. The adjustment bureau, just because of the amount of people that just don't want them to be together. Past life activation. Yeah, trust in the plan. Right, let's see. 13. Oh shit, 13's the death card too, the Scorpio. This is a fucking strong reading. Right, okay, so. Oh, this is too long, man. In preparation for radical growth, there can be temporary disorder and chaos. Whilst the mind may worry that something is going wrong, the spirit knows that this is a way for the old to dissemble so the new can be formed. I mean, hello, old earth dying, new earth forming. Definitely utilise what I posted in the community tab if you need it. Although you may feel out of control during such times, you do not need to resist the process. There is no need to attempt to impose your own sense of order upon the greater plan. You do not need to seek solutions, for there is no problem here in the need of solving. What has been cleared away in preparation for the next chapter in your life? What has been is being cleared away in preparation for the next chapter of your life. Have faith, all is well. How crazy is that with all the cards about clearing the energy? Do not fear. You may see the life you have known appears to be ending. You may find that the things you used to do, the way you used to think, no longer seem relevant as they once were. Right, I'm sorry. I'm just going to interrupt this because this feels really significant for the Divine Masculines at this part of the journey. I feel this was really needed. So, you're fucking welcome. Book a session if you need further help. You may find that the things you, and if you have, listen, if you're not shy and it's not going to, if I've helped you through something like this, again, I'm not going to say that because that's actually not fair. All I'm going to say is, I definitely have helped loads of people through this, and you might not feel comfortable to say, but if I've helped you through something difficult, you can even just put something like, I don't know, yeah. If you feel comfortable about putting something in the comments about how I've helped you through something, you don't even need to say what it was, then it at least helps people know that I'm not doing shit, but you don't need to do that. I've got enough reviews, but it's just they guided me to say it. You may feel your relationships and friendships are changing. Some may even be ending, and perhaps you find no longer have the energy or motivation to keep certain relationships going in your life. Wait a minute, I just knocked a card off of that deck. Oh my god, look at the card I just knocked off. I'm even control and change. Right, I think they want us to shuffle. What else do we need to know before I'm actually hungry, I need to go and eat. Gate, yeah, opportunities and home. Somebody, look, this is like a gate, a portal, a door is opening. I also found those door cards earlier. There's an opportunity here, I think. I think somebody's been given all the signs that it's time to move forward, because I think it's getting so dark with the ghosts of the past, whatever that means. The Odyssey, take in the beauty of country land and botany, explore the wonder like of a gypsy traveller's odyssey. Right, I've no idea what that means, but it must mean something to someone. And destiny, one door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. Right, oh my god, I'm done. The sacred lotus, compassion in action, the chosen tool. I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel. I'm telling you, there's something sexual about that too, but I'm not getting into that, but there is. That's hilarious in a Scorpio mood. My guys always go really sexual in Scorpio energy. They just, I mean, I've got, you know what I mean, in a Scorpio moon, it's always about the sacred sex. Right. Yeah, some may be ending. Perhaps you find you no longer have the energy. I just read that bit. However, your energy is meant to be withdrawing from what it once supported. This is not abandonment or betrayal. It is not selfish. It is honest. Again, there's all this about honesty, authenticity. Somebody does not want to be where they are anymore. And if that's you, you need to admit that to yourself. Nobody can force you to admit that. You just need to take the time to go in and come to that natural conclusion yourself. And you will. Might not be now. Might be further down the line. You might need to watch this again. I don't know. And trust your twin will get to that too if this is whatever's going on. When you trust in your spiritual growth, all that happens is love. That means that even an apparent loss always serves love, whether that is immediately obvious or not. It's sometimes necessary for both parties to become free to live their true destiny. Oh my god, I need to leave these cards out to use them for the thumbnail. Life is a loving, creative journey for your soul. That means there will be times when the very thing you've worked towards need to crumble, so that the next evolution of your soul manifestation upon the earth can take place. It is natural, and although it can be challenging to trust in a greater creative process during times where it seems as though there is only chaos and confusion, you're strong enough spiritually to do so. To feel peace during such times, you must trust in your own inner knowing over what appears to be. You're divinely scheduled to evolve at this point in your life, and again, you totally are, and you know why? Because it's a fucking powerful new moon eclipse. To feel peace during such times, you must trust your own inner knowing over what appears to be. So again, this is where the masculines are like, oh, this doesn't make sense. I don't have the answers. I don't even know how my feminine is going to receive me. But all I know is I have to move forward. I have to see. You're divinely scheduled to evolve. Oh, I just read that bit. Can you sense... wait a minute. Can you sense an exciting growth phase happening for you? There's another way for you to live, to be, to thrive, to love in this world, and you're rapidly heading towards it. This is a time to surrender control and allow a higher power to direct your course. Many exciting new opportunities, situations, and connections will come into your life as a result of what you're experiencing now. So again, for some it's not directly going to a twin. For some it's you just guided to follow the steps before that will lead you to that. It is all part of a greater divine intelligence unfolding in love and service to your own sacred life path. Have faith and stay true to your spiritual principles. Trust in an unfolding higher plan. Know that all the changes in your life serve your higher good. The universe knows what you need and is in process of delivering it to you now. All is happening for your greater purpose. You can flow with the changes in love and trust. Your perfect time for resurrection will follow this deconstruction, and it will occur in a perfect way. Again, someone's went through an almighty, brutal dark night of soul, and they're coming out on the other side of it, or you will. Okay? And I'm going to leave it on this beautiful prayer invocation. And if you need some deeper work with me, you can actually have a video like this that is personal all to yourself. You can put that in the schedule. And again, that people have said to me that's like a therapy session. They watch it over and over again. And there's healing in it. It's not just reading cards because I'm a healer. And it's an activation as well. Or you could have a live Zoom with me. But like I've said, I think I was a bit quick to think. Anyway, no, I'm going to stick with that, right? It is a time of low energy in general for the next few weeks. So I think the most I would do is I could do recorded personal ones like this. I would do the 90-minute or the hour ones, or 30-minute ones, or but for the live sessions for up until after Halloween, it'll probably only be the 30-minute live Zoom. So there we go. Right, okay, so I'm going to read this now, but I'm praying for all of your unions, for wherever you're at personally in your life, and just take care of yourself. That's what is good to do in a Scorpio moon, whatever's going on in your chart. And remember, I can also let you know what's going on in your chart if you book the astro therapy session. I could do them too, actually. If I strictly strict to the hour, I would do that too. But, because that doesn't take as much energy. But, yeah, email. I call upon the loving genius of divine order that is manifesting itself in my life now. I have gratitude for the grace, compassion, truth, and liberation that is expressing itself through the changes now happening or soon to happen in my life. Thank you for always guiding me onto my truest and most joyful path. I ask through unconditional love for assistance, insight, and support to help me trust in the plan of love unfolding in my life. I ask for the same gift for all living beings. And I just done that before I even read that. Through divine grace and my own free will, so be it. I'm going to figure